Welcome back to Newslink. Worrying scenes in Joburg and in KZN, and now one person has reportedly been killed in Vosloorus. Let's go to our reporter Aviu Mtila, who's tracking the protest. Aviu, tell us about that alleged shooting.
Well, I'm inside the fifth sub-shopping center that we've been moving to, and inside this Boxer store, we're told by the community that there's a person that has since passed away, deceased. It is, of course, around the lootings that have been happening throughout the evening, we are told, as they've ransacked, as you can see, the Standard Bank ATMs, not only shops. Inside, we are told that there's that person then that has since passed away. And what the community is telling us is that the incident happened in the evening as they were trying to move in here. It was some sort of stampede where essentially the person then lost their lives inside here. But the shop itself is closed now, and we are told to wait by the owner so that we can get better access. But there is one person confirmed by the community that has since passed away because of the stampede that was happening overnight here. But of course, we haven't seen police at this particular complex as we move around Vosloorus, trying to bring you all those visuals of what has now become criminal elements of riots that are engulfing Gauteng. More so in Vosloorus. This is still a 500-meter radius of all the 5 shopping centers that we've been visiting, and all of them have been totally ransacked by community members. Yeah, of course, this is a clear indication that it's moving away from the initial protests and what they were meant to be in terms of speaking for the former president, and now it's clear criminal elements that's happening in and around Vosloorus.
Aviu Mtila, our reporter in Vosloorus, saying that it's been reported by members of the community that there is one person who seems to have been trampled to death in a stampede in a shopping mall in Vosloorus. Let's go to Durban now. Annika?
Thanks so much. Yes, violence continues to spread across KwaZulu-Natal. Reporter Nabila Sheikh is in Durban, where criminals have looted a game store. Nabila, tell me exactly where you are, what you can see, please.
Annika, we're in Monty Naika Street. Throughout the Durban CBD, there's been chaos this morning. A game store was just looted a few minutes ago. Police have arrived on scene to disperse the crowds. Now, if we see further down the road, there's sort of a standoff taking place between police and the crowds who have been looting some of the stores around this area and around the Durban CBD. All you can see is people walking around the streets carrying appliances in their hands, carrying clothes in their hands, carrying different types of material that they've taken out of some of the stores, including hardwares, the game store that was looted, and several other stores in the Durban CBD.
Nabila, have there been any problems with regards to major hospital staff managing to get their patients trying to get in and vaccination sites?
That's correct, Annika. We've heard on good authority this morning that some of the vaccine sites in Durban are shut down today because the vaccines could not reach them on time. Aside from that, it's also affecting the staff capacity at many of our hospitals because public transport in the city is not operational today. So some of those nurses have not been able to get to work today. Besides that, we're also seeing that more and more areas in and around the city are being targeted in terms of looting that's taking place.
Nabila, how easy is it to get around Durban at this time? Are people staying at home?
Yes, if you drive around the Durban CBD, it actually seems as if we're on a level 5 lockdown because the streets are very quiet. Most of the stores are closed, but there are still large groups which are gathering around the CBD to actually loot some of the stores that are currently closed, breaking down the doors, breaking the windows to get inside, and actually stealing and looting the stock from those stores.
Very quick last question there. We can see store owners surveying the damage. Are police seemingly from what you've been able to see, utterly helpless and outnumbered?
That's correct, Annika. In fact, there were just about a handful of police officers who came to respond to the looting at the game store, where there were multiple looters who were on the scene. Police are telling us that they're outnumbered. We see these groups coming out in hundreds, 200s, 300s, but there's very less police visibility on the street just because they are so stretched and they're having to respond to multiple incidents at the same time.
Nabila, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll keep in touch with you. And just to remind you that a police spokesperson did tell us earlier that 4 of their members have been quite seriously injured, and they are asking for backup.